If you or someone you love is even thinking about moving into a nursing home, stop right here and watch this first. This decision could change everything, and not always for the better. Nursing homes often sound comforting: 24/7 care, meals provided, no household chores. Sounds great, right? But the reality? It's not what most people expect. Today, I'm sharing 6 brutally honest reasons so many elderly residents deeply regret moving into a nursing home. These are lessons learned the hard way, and they might save you or someone you love from making the same mistake. This is not fear-mongering, it's about being informed before you make a decision you can't easily undo. Stay with me until the end, because knowing these 6 hard truths could protect your independence, your dignity, and your quality of life. Loss of independence. Of all the regrets people have after moving into a nursing home, losing their independence is often the hardest to accept. When you live in your own home, you decide when to wake up, what to eat, when to go for a walk, and how to spend your day. That freedom, the simple ability to control your own time, is something most of us take for granted until it's gone. But once you enter a nursing home, your schedule is no longer your own. Meals are served at fixed times, even if you're not hungry. Lights go out at a set hour, whether you're tired or not. Activities are planned for you, and you might need permission or assistance for something as basic as stepping outside to feel the sun on your face. Suddenly, you're not the one in charge of your life anymore, the system is. It doesn't matter if you're a night owl or someone who loves a quiet cup of coffee before sunrise. In a nursing home, the schedule rules you, not the other way around. For many residents, this is where the emotional toll really starts to sink in. It's not just about the physical space, it's the slow realization that your personal freedom, something you've had your entire adult life, has been handed over to an institution. You also lose the comfort of the small things that made your house feel like home: your own kitchen, your favorite chair, the choice to make a simple grilled cheese at midnight if you feel like it. In a nursing home, these personal touches disappear, replaced by a sterile, one-size-fits-all routine that rarely fits anyone perfectly. This loss of independence isn't just inconvenient, it can be emotionally devastating. It's the difference between living your life and simply following a schedule someone else created for you. So before you make this decision, ask yourself, are you truly ready to trade your personal freedom for the convenience of care? Because once that freedom is gone, getting it back is far harder than you might think. Feeling forgotten by family. One of the most painful truths about nursing home life is how quickly you can start to feel forgotten by family, even if they love you deeply. When you first move in, the visits are frequent. Your children, grandchildren, maybe even old friends, stop by regularly to check in and help you settle. For a little while, it feels like you still have a connection to the life you left behind. But then, life gets busy. The visits become less frequent. Phone calls replace in-person time. Text messages substitute for conversations. And before you know it, days, sometimes weeks, pass without a single visitor. This isn't because your family stops caring. It's because when you're no longer physically present in their daily lives, it's easy for them to assume you're fine. Out of sight, out of mind, even with the best intentions. You go from being an active part of family gatherings to becoming a name penciled into the calendar whenever time allows. And during the holidays, the loneliness stings the most. While families gather around their own tables, residents often sit in common rooms, watching the door, hoping today will be the day someone remembers to visit. Many residents admit they stop reaching out, not because they don't miss their families, but because they don't want to feel like a burden. One elderly woman once said, "I put my phone down because I didn't want to remind my son I was sitting here waiting." That kind of quiet heartbreak is something no one talks about until they're living it. The hardest part? Feeling like you've been quietly put away, rather than truly cared for. And the longer you stay in a nursing home, the easier it becomes for the outside world to move on without you. So before you take this step, ask yourself honestly, how will you cope when the visits slow down? When the phone stops ringing? When you realize your world has shrunk, and you're the only one still inside it? Because that's a reality too many nursing home residents live with every single day. Loss of purpose. When you live in your own home, even the smallest tasks give life purpose. Watering your plants, cooking your favorite meal, keeping your space tidy, these aren't just chores. They're part of your identity, tiny reminders that your time and effort still matter. But when you move into a nursing home, those daily responsibilities disappear. Meals are prepared for you. Rooms are cleaned by staff. There's nothing left to take care of, nothing that needs you. And when your hands stop creating, your mind starts drifting, replaced by long stretches of empty time. Nursing homes provide care, but they don't provide purpose. That's something you have to fight to hold on to, and in many cases, it slips away faster than anyone expects. Residents often sit in common rooms, staring at the television or watching the clock, waiting for the next meal, the next activity, the next anything to fill the silence. Day after day passes in passive waiting, and the sense of being useful, of contributing, of creating, starts to fade. I've seen this loss firsthand. One man, a retired carpenter, used to spend hours in his garage at home, building birdhouses and fixing furniture for neighbors. Once he moved into the nursing home, his tools were gone. There was nothing left to build, no projects waiting for him. His hands, once strong and skilled, sat idle in his lap. "I feel useless," he told me one day. And the pain in his voice was unmistakable. This isn't about boredom. It's about losing the sense that you matter, that your time and talents still have value. Without purpose, the mind slows down. The spirit dims. And soon, you stop feeling like the person you used to be. So before you choose a nursing home, ask yourself, what gives your life meaning today, and will you still be able to do those things once you move in? Because losing your purpose doesn't happen all at once, but when it's gone, you feel it in every empty hour. Faster physical decline. One of the most overlooked dangers of moving into a nursing home is how quickly your body can begin to decline, even if you arrive feeling strong and independent. At home, staying active is part of everyday life. You walk around the house, cook your own meals, tidy up, and go up and down the stairs without thinking twice. These natural movements keep your muscles working, your joints flexible, and your stamina intact. But inside a nursing home, that natural activity disappears. Meals are delivered, cleaning is done for you, and even simple tasks, like getting a glass of water, can involve pressing a button for assistance. What feels like convenience at first quickly turns into inactivity. And the less you move, the faster your muscles shrink, your balance worsens, and your strength fades. What many people don't realize is that sitting too much is dangerous, especially for older adults. Within months, residents who arrived walking confidently often end up needing walkers or wheelchairs, not because they suffered an injury, but because they stopped using their own strength. This is the harsh truth: what you don't use, you lose. I remember meeting a woman who once prided herself on taking daily walks around her neighborhood. After just 6 months in a nursing home, those walks became a distant memory. She told me, "I didn't even notice it happening. One day I just realized my legs felt too weak to carry me very far." This story isn't unique, it's the reality for thousands of nursing home residents. The environment is designed to make life easier, but in doing so, it quietly steals your physical strength. So before you make this decision, ask yourself, are you prepared to actively fight for your physical health when everything around you is designed to let you sit still? Because once you lose that strength, getting it back is an uphill battle, and for many, it's a battle they never win. Loss of privacy and dignity. One of the hardest adjustments after moving into a nursing home is the sudden loss of privacy and dignity, two things most of us don't fully appreciate until they're gone. In your own home, your space is truly yours. You can close the door, sit in silence, and decide exactly how you want to spend each moment. But once you enter a nursing home, that sense of personal space disappears almost immediately. Staff come in and out of your room all day, often without much warning. Routine checks, medication rounds, and assistance with personal care mean there's almost no time you're truly alone. On top of that, you're rarely guaranteed a private room. Many nursing home residents share a small space with a complete stranger, someone they didn't choose, who might have very different habits. Some roommates snore loudly, some leave the television on all night, and some suffer from cognitive decline that can make them unpredictable or even disruptive. Even basic daily choices, like when to bathe, what to eat, or how you spend your afternoon, are no longer entirely up to you. Meals are served on a set menu. Showers often need to be scheduled when staff are available. If you prefer to sleep in, but morning rounds start at 7 a.m., you're out of luck. You go from being an independent adult in your own home to a patient living inside a system. And then there's the loss of personal dignity. Needing help to get dressed, use the bathroom, or manage your hygiene can feel humiliating, especially if you've spent decades taking care of yourself. Even when staff are kind and professional, that constant dependence chips away at your sense of self. I've spoken to residents who admitted they felt more like a task on someone's checklist than a human being with preferences, feelings, and pride. So before you decide to move into a nursing home, ask yourself this hard question: are you truly ready to give up the privacy, personal space, and control you've had your entire life? Because once it's gone, getting it back is almost impossible. Leaving is much harder than you think. One of the biggest misconceptions about moving into a nursing home is the belief that you can leave anytime you want. Many people walk in thinking it's just temporary, a place to recover, get some extra care, or take a break from managing life at home. But once you're inside, you quickly realize leaving is far more complicated than you ever imagined. First, there's the physical decline that happens faster than expected. The longer you stay, the more dependent you become on staff for daily tasks. Cooking, cleaning, even basic movement, you do less and less, and your body loses the strength and confidence to manage life outside those walls. Suddenly, the home you once lived in independently starts to feel unsafe. Stairs, kitchens, even the bathroom you used for decades now seem like obstacles you might not be able to handle. Then there's the practical side: your old home might not even be there waiting for you. Many families sell their parents' house to help cover nursing home costs. Belongings get donated or divided up. That permanent tie to your past, your safe space, can disappear without you fully realizing it's happening. And let's talk about money. Nursing homes are expensive, and they can quickly drain savings. If you decide to leave, will you have the financial ability to create a new living situation that works for your needs? For some, the answer is no. They've spent too much to go back. The hardest part, though, is the emotional toll. Being inside a facility, following their rules, and living under their care starts to reshape how you see yourself. You begin to feel institutionalized, like you belong to the nursing home, not to your own life. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to imagine living any other way. What starts as a simple trial stay often turns into a permanent decision you never actually made. So before you enter, ask yourself, are you prepared for the very real possibility that once you move in, you may never go back home? Because leaving is never as easy as walking out the door. What you should do instead. If you're thinking about a nursing home, pause. Before you make that decision, you owe it to yourself to explore every other option first. Because the truth is, there are many ways to get the care you need without giving up your independence, your purpose, or your privacy. Start by considering in-home care. With the right support, whether it's part-time help with cleaning, meal prep, or personal care, you can stay in the home you love while still getting the assistance you need. You can also modify your home to make it safer and easier to navigate. Adding grab bars, a stair lift, or even converting a downstairs room into a bedroom can make aging in place not only possible but comfortable. Don't forget about community programs either. Many local senior centers offer meal deliveries, transportation, social activities, and even health services designed to help older adults stay active and connected while living at home. If you need more consistent care, a live-in caregiver, either a professional or even a trusted family member, can provide support right inside your home on your terms. The goal isn't just to avoid nursing homes, it's to preserve your independence, your sense of purpose, and your dignity for as long as possible. These are more than conveniences, they're the foundation of both physical and mental health as we age. When you have control over your life, you stay more active, more engaged, and more yourself. Here's the most important thing to remember: don't choose a nursing home just because it seems like the easiest or most expected choice. Choose it only if you truly need that level of medical care, not just because you're getting older. The right support system can keep you independent longer than you think, and every extra year spent living life your way is a year well spent. Your future is yours to shape. Make sure the choice fits your needs and your values, not just what's convenient for everyone else. The biggest regret isn't just moving into a nursing home, it's giving up too much, too soon. Before you make this life-changing choice, pause and ask yourself, am I truly ready to lose my freedom, my purpose, my privacy, and my independence? If your answer is no, then fight for alternatives. Explore in-home care, community programs, or modifying your home. Remember, once you enter a nursing home, life will never be the same. If this message resonated with you, please like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you or a loved one faced this decision? What was your experience? Your story could help someone else make the right choice, and your support helps us continue bringing you important content like this.